Good morning. My name is Jason. I'm in Focused Counseling and Therapy in Daphne. I want to talk a little bit today about this idea of mental health because I had someone recently not want people to know that they were in therapy. They wanted to be kept a secret, almost as if they were kind of ashamed of it. And it's because of the stigma that it's gotten. Thanks a lot to the early ignorance of the 20th century and also the wonderful entertainment industry. Just go see What About Bob and you can understand why. Now, the thing about mental health is that every single one of us has dealt with it. We have all felt down sometimes. We have all felt a little confused sometimes about where we want to go in life. Sometimes we have all felt anxious to some point. I mean, you know what anxiety feels like, or fear. Sometimes we have all felt a little bit, have a little bit of a lack of self confidence, let's say, for whatever reason. Now, like in the same way, some of us have had colds. Some of us have had various types of physical ailments that have caused us issues, and sometimes they have been long-term ones that require a lifetime of medication, like diabetes. Now, when it comes to mental health, there are some of us and some of those individuals who where that kind of sadness, that sort of let's say the depression in their normal lives doesn't go away. And so you go to a therapist to find out why. Maybe there's a reason for it, or maybe it's just a chemical or a physiological issue that requires medication. Now there's some individuals who feel anxiety. Then there's some individuals who feel anxiety to the point to where it becomes problematic within their life and they're not sure what to do or even where it came from. And they would come to a therapist to find out and learn ways to cope and deal with it. Now, a lot of times people may have grown up in extremely dysfunctional families or environments, and so are not really sure how to interact with the world, how to learn who they are and what to focus on in their life. And it gives them a lot of anxiety, a lot of insecurities. So they may come to a therapist to help give them clarity and tools and techniques to guide them with such issues. And so there really is not a huge difference between the physical health by which you may go to an MD and that which you may go to a therapist for, except the fact that it is dealing with an organ, our brain and our mind, which is a whole lot more complex. Now, sometimes some people may need crutches because their knee got wounded in such a way when they were a child or when they were younger or even as an adult that they have a hard time walking in life. They have a hard time walking down the road. They need assistance. They need therapy. They need help. In the same way, things happen in people's lives. Let's say that is a traumatic event that is going to require, just like with the broken knee, that traumatic event is going to may impact that individual and how they see themselves and how they see the world, and just cause them anxiety. May cause them anxiety in terms of going out into the world, anxiety in questioning who they are, where they fit in, or how to cope with these emotions. And because we have all felt overwhelmed, but sometimes to different degrees, and sometimes a cold can be so strong that we may need to go to the doctor to get antibiotics. And sometimes our anxiety or our sense of our life spiraling out of control, especially within our mind, we can go to a therapist and learn to work through it. When it comes to the way that we see the world, and can be very much influenced by how we grew up, and it could be in a way that does not allow us to function well. Let's say that I saw one day where someone was basically bullied and fat shamed their whole life, so they developed some type of eating disorder, and thus they came to me or they could go to any therapist and learn how to cope and move on with that. It's so important to understand that there is no difference. There's no shame. There's no reason why someone should go to therapy and think, oh my gosh, I need to keep this a secret. It's not because that person really feels that way, but it's because it's what's been communicated to them through the media and the lack of understanding of what mental health is and how to achieve it. Another one, the last one I'll say, because I could keep going on with this, is nutrition and exercise. Any doctor, any general practitioner is going to tell you that diet and exercise is extremely important. And they have done enough studies where diet and exercise and eating the right foods can impact our moods and how we feel about ourselves almost as much as any medication that we could take. So please try to understand that mental health and dealing with mental health issues, we all do, just to different degrees, and sometimes some of us need help and need someone to get us through it, to guide us through it, like we would want someone to guide us through and get us through a physical ailment that is causing us a hard time to function within our life. So if you'd like to know more about me or have any questions, you can go to my website at jjohnson@jjohnsoncounseling.com, or you can email me at jjohnson@jjohnsoncounseling.com. I thank you for your time. I hope you have a great week, and I will see you next time.